Welcome to Central University Fulton, February 10th, 2025 sales meeting. Hooray, hooray, hooray. We just finished 45 minutes with Ryan Serhant. We had a bunch of people here watching him as well. We've been doing that for the last couple of weeks there. We'll keep doing it for the next couple months anyways. What do you guys think about Ryan Serhant? Those people that saw him, is it a little bit different than the traditional guys?
Excellent.
All right. Today you talked about elevator pitch, and a lot of people weren't familiar with elevator pitch. Elevator pitch it's an old term where you're supposed to introduce yourself, you're supposed to say what you do, and you're supposed to say what you want, all within the time that it takes to take an elevator trip. You could also use the same pitch if you're door knocking. If you had a little elevator pitch, you're doing some door knocking. You can use the same pitch if you're doing open houses. So it's a bit of a script. It's sort of a bit of what you do and how you do. It's kind of a nice way to do it. So if you met a stranger, for instance, at a social meeting, well, same type of pitch, right? Like what do you do? Do you tell people that you're in the business or not in the business, right? So it's you don't want to be a secret salesperson, right?
I try to be a secret salesperson.
Do you? Okay, we got Sanak here today. Behind us we have Carly, if you can see the picture there. Carly and Caitlin are down at Central 21 thing down the States someplace, or Mexico someplace there. Mexico. So that they're doing a Central 21 meeting there, so hopefully they'll come back next week and do things. But next week we believe is Family Day. So we won't be having a meeting on Monday, so just this week at all. Did you make notes for Ryan Serhant today, or?
I use ChatGPT to make my own elevator pitch.
Okay, so what would be a sample of your pitch then?
Real estate isn't just about buying or selling. It's about making the right move at the right time. I help clients navigate through the market with confidence, strategy, and a personal touch. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upgrading, downsizing, or investing, I focus on making the process seamless and stress-free. I just don't list homes, I position them to sell. I don't show properties, I find the perfect fit. My goal is simple, to get you the best deal and make the experience enjoyable along the way. No fluff, just action. Let's connect. What's your real estate goal right now, Claire?
Send me your number, man.
All right. So that was ChatGPT. Is anybody playing around with ChatGPT? Everybody playing around with it now? Right? So it kind of makes sense, right? So you got to make sure it lies. I keep on telling you it lies, right? So you got to be careful with that.
She's my girlfriend.
Oh, she's cool.
It's a she? Okay. So his elevator pitch, he talks about ID yourself. So did you ID yourself, Sam?
I did not ID myself, actually.
Did you say who you are and what you do?
I did not.
Right.
We talked about real estate, though.
So in the elevator, I guess you're, hey, it's Sanak Saha there. I'm a real estate broker in Toronto there. I specialize in condominiums. I see we're in a condo right now.
I actually don't like to tell people I'm in real estate right off the bat.
Okay, fair enough.
That's why I'm a secret agent.
Secret agent, yeah, okay.
I get them to prompt a question to me. What do you do?
Trying to hold the list in front of you like
So it's part of the script though, right? I mean, it's like when you meet strangers at a social event or at an elevator, where you're waiting in the elevator, what are you doing there? Do you say, hey, what do you do?
I usually try to talk to them, and then I usually ask them what they do, and then in turn they ask me what I do.
Okay, so it's all set up there still.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Anybody else have an elevator pitch they talk about? Who does door knocking?
I'm gonna try this week.
Usually people don't do door knocking because they don't know what to say, right? So this is what we're talking about there now. So you talked about identifying yourself, explain what you do. I sell real estate. What is it you do different? No stats, just you. So they don't want stats. So the market's doing this, market's doing that. You just talk about what you do. I specialize in condos. I specialize in executive homes. I do up north homes. I do old folks, whatever it might be that suits that situation, right? Call to action. I write a newsletter every month. How would you like to receive my newsletter? Something like that, right? Well, I give free CMAs, or how do you get your contact information? I'll give you my contact information, you give me yours, right? So does everybody, just off topic here again, do you guys have a electronic business card?
Oh, like where you can tap it?
Or do you have a separate address with your name and your number, just your name, your number, your contact information? If somebody says contact me, you just have to share the contact?
Yes.
All right, either share the contact or have a digital business card, something like that. So if you're on the elevator and you're doing that pitch, just say, here's my contact, bang, what's yours? And you put in their email address, send them yours, and you got theirs, right? Compliment them, be a source for help. I thought that was good. We talked about this 1,000 times here, but Does anybody ask you, do you know a good plumber? Do you know a good painter? Do you know somebody that can landscape? And that's part of the service that you would provide, right? So we've always said you need to have a bunch of guys, right? Somebody that can do those types of things, because they do come to you as a resource, as an agent. They almost expect it, right? So that's how they're doing there. Good. Want to do current events? First of all, condolences to Aga Khan. Didn't realize this. I was reading the newspaper last week. Aga Khan, who's the leader of the Ismailis, he passed away last week. He's been replaced by his son-in-law, but there wasn't much press on that, right? I didn't see hardly any press at all. But Aga Khan.
Aga Khan?
Aga Khan, right?
Yeah.
And he's been replaced by his 57-year-old son. So, yeah, he was around for a long time.
Son or son-in-law?
I don't know. You probably know better than I would. So, I always thought there had to be a bloodline. So, was it be the son-in-law or was it the son?
Oh.
You sure?
That's not true. I'm not replacing him, okay?
You sure it wasn't Chaka Khan?
No,
that's funny.
What do you guys think of that Super Bowl? Here, that's you come in. Super Bowl.
I was hoping we could talk about sports all day today, actually.
Okay, so you can go first. Talk about sports.
I thought it was decent. A lot of people complained about the halftime performance. The game itself was pretty boring.
Very underwhelming.
Very underwhelming, but
Even
still.
halftime, like it's not the typical halftime that you used to see.
Hey, he was going at Drake all day there. Like, all halftime. It was all about
What's the big deal
Drake.
about this guy? I don't know.
Well, Drake is actually trying to sue that song that he played, so. I don't know. I thought it was okay.
I like being Bliss. I was watching him. I didn't understand a single word he said, so I turned it off. I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue what he was saying.
Words on my television, and it just said music.
Oh well. So the Fox News did the. You finished the sports? Got any more?
Oh, Luka got traded to the Lakers. I thought that was pretty cool. There's trade wars in the NBA basically last week too.
Tariff wars?
Trade wars in the NBA. It was crazy. But no. That's it for
Tariffs
sports.
announced on our steel and aluminum today.
Oh yeah.
So I was watching Fox yesterday. Fox News had the football game, and for some reason they interviewed Trump during the pre-game. Anybody catch that?
No.
Anybody catch that?
I saw that.
And I'm thinking, I can't believe he said that. He said it. He says that. What do you think about Canada? Yeah, I'm serious about Canada. And he says, and on Monday I'm going to put steel and aluminum tariff on there. Like, where did that come from? What does that got to do with fentanyl? I thought the whole tariff thing was on fentanyl on the border. All of a sudden now he's just going to tax aluminum and steel just for the heck of it. So I was reading about it and I thought, this is really weird because 60% of all aluminum that the American use, they import. They can't make enough aluminum,
I think from China
and the same with
to-
steel. They can't make enough steel that they consume. So now they're going to put 25% tax on steel and aluminum. All that's going to do is jack the prices up to the consumer down in the States. I don't see any advantage to it.
He wants to go after our country's commitment to, what is that called, the war fund or whatever.
Oh yeah, he wants a NATO fund. He wants to jack that
He
up.
wants us to increase that. And then,
Anyways.
you know what? Yeah, and then the border is still a big issue. So what do you
But are
think?
they getting it from us?
We're not getting enough, they claim, because they look after us. Like, we were always a friendly country. We don't need anybody to look after us. But now, it's a different ballgame.
So what they also said yesterday, he keeps on using this thing called how Canada is being subsidized, and it's not a subsidy. It's a trade deficit, and it's a different thing. It's not like the Americans aren't getting something for their money. They're getting stuff for their money. It's not it's different. But anyway, so how's that affected us in real estate?
Affects the economy.
This is my question. Like how is it affecting you? Do you guys are your clients saying anything like I want to wait? I'm getting yeses over here and some no's, and I'm thinking that the yeses want to wait for what? They want to wait to see if they have a job? Or they want to wait to see what the economy does? Because the stock market is up and down. If you look at the stock market, the American stock market versus the Canadian stock market, it's kind of really bizarre how they both go. Anyways, so we started announcing this last week. The Canadian stock market and the U.S. market took a dip. Right, and then when he said, "Well, I'll extend it by 30 days," then the stock market went back up. But the Canadian market went up a little bit. The American market went right up, and the Canadian market's still dipping around here, and the American market's taken off. So the Americans don't it's so insignificant to the majority of Americans that they don't even care. But for us, it's like they get a cold, we get pneumonia, right? But anyway, so what the government's trying to do, the Canadian government, is that they're reducing the rates. They reduce the interest rates. And the Bank of Canada is saying that if they go ahead with these 25 basis points, then the Bank of Canada has the plan to reduce the interest rates by a quarter point 6 times over this year. So it's not like it's the end of the world. So when clients say, I want to wait for what? As long as they have a good job security, then there's nothing to wait. I think there's good things out there.
That's a big question right there.
Right, but some people don't have job security, but some people do, right? So your job is to overcome that. Your job is your job is to say, well, look at this. The market's doing fine. The stock market's doing fine. The market itself is okay. I mean, it's still down. I'll share the numbers here, but the market's still fine.
But if rates go down, should prices go up?
When the rates go down, interest rates go down? No, hopefully not. Why would interest rates go down?
Nothing
If the
changes.
tariffs happen?
Interest rates drops, but nothing is changing in the market.
Interest rates will go down. So will that jack real estate prices up? Who wants prices to go up?
No one.
Before I say the next thing, no one. You guys want prices to stay the same, right? Or do we want prices to go up? No?
I would rather keep them at this level.
Keep the
I guess
prices the
certain
same?
marketplaces, you can afford an increase in prices since they got hit harder than others.
Yeah. I'm being told what's being sold today is the stuff that's $800, $900 million. And I'm being told they're getting multiple offers as of last week. And I've told that people are actually losing and actually other people are winning. Who won in a multiple offer last week? No. Adam Ali won in a multiple offer. Who else? Someone else. Right? I'm looking at Nelson here. Who else is out there? Okay. Right now, we've got 18,624 active listings, so it's gone up a little bit there. We've got 9,000 are condos, 9,500 are freeholds. Unfortunately, the sales for those units, last year, the first 9 days, we had 1,733 sales. This year, we've got 1,043, so actually sales are down 40%. But that's only for the first 9 days. Right, so it's just a matter with the Trump business there. We had like a whole weekend there with Trump screwing around, so it's about minus 40%. Freeholds themselves are down 41%, and condos are only down 38%. So that's good news. Everybody's talking about the condominiums doing what they're doing. Daily sales, 116 sales per day. Unfortunately, again, if you take 40% off, that means that last February we had 193 deals per day. This year, 116 deals per day.
2 weeks ago it was like 93 or something, right?
And about 100, yeah, about 100 or so. We ended January is about 110 or so. And last February we had like 5,500 sales, and so yeah, we expect to do the same this February. So I think things are going to be picking up quite a bit.
We're going to have a late spring market.
It's going to be a very late spring market once we get this Trump business over, I think. So yeah, so the market's okay. Leases. There's 17,000 active leases. Leases themselves are down about 12%. Freehold leases are down 22%. Condo leases are down 7%. So people are telling me that the condo market's tough, that the rental condo market is tough, but it's only down 7%, and freeholds are down 22%. So that tells me that people are adjusting the prices, right? Do you notice that prices are going down on rentals?
I just reduced mine today.
Right, so you reduce your rental today?
Yep.
So that's fine.
But I've been telling them for the last 2 months to do it. So.
Just for the whole year, just I did this in ChatGPT too. So when I use ChatGPT, what I'll do, I'll take the Toronto Real Estate Board news release, for instance, and I'll tell or ask ChatGPT, can you look at the Toronto Real Estate Board's news release and give me a 4-point bullet on what they said? So it just comes down and gives me a 4-point bullet of a 2-page thing, right? So last year, home sale, and this is the outlook I asked. Look for the 2025 TREB outlook. Did anybody go to that TREB meeting last week?
I know Alex.
Last Wednesday, I guess it was. Toronto Real Estate Board had their market outlook. Not too many people. Okay, so what they're saying here is that they're projecting 76,000 sales for 2025, which would be a 12.4% increase from 24. More buyers are entering the property because of the lower borrowing costs. Prices are rising. The average price forecast is going to be 1.147. They're expecting a 2.6% increase in prices overall for 2025. They're thinking that there's more sellers out there. 37% of the homeowners plan to sell in 2025, increasing supply. So if you got homeowners saying they want to wait, well, they're not going to wait too much longer. So 37% are saying that they're going to be doing something. Lower rates, more demand. Falling mortgage rates could boost sales, but economic uncertainties remain. Stay tuned. That's fine. So that's good news. So they're saying what they're going to do next year for 2025, they're expecting increases.
26 next year.
2026, sorry. For 2025, you said the sales themselves were down in January. They're down 7.9%. These are official numbers. Inventory is up 70%. Last year we had 10,000 listings. This year we have 17,000. So are we seeing that with the buyers? Like, is there more choice? You guys have buyers? Do you find there's more choice out there now, or no?
I feel like there is.
Huh? Seems to be more choice. There's got to be. There's twice so much listing. I just wonder whether it's good listings or not.
It's better when you break that down to different areas and give you an idea of what, like Durham or
All right.
Toronto and Saha.
Yeah. Last year, the months of inventory was 2.4. This year's 4.5. We know that anything above a 4 is a buyer's market. Anything below a 4 is a seller's market. So it's a bit of a buyer's market. Still 37 days on the market is the average. Have you had anybody come to us, Sir Nelson, saying that it's probably been in the market 4 days, hasn't sold yet? What's going on?
Not anymore.
You remember those calls? The market was so hot there. The market's on 5 days. It's been on the market 5 days, hasn't sold. What's wrong with it? Right now it's 37 days is the average, but it's still selling for 99% of the asking price. So what that tells you is that somebody can ask for an overpriced listing. They can overprice the listing, but at the end of the day, it still only sells for 99% of the asking price. So some sellers will say to you, well, that's my asking price. I'm just asking. Anybody can bring an offer. We can always negotiate. But we know that buyers and agents don't want to negotiate. If somebody's overpriced, usually just move on, right? Most people just move on. They're not going to negotiate like $300,000 down. They say the guy's unreasonable. Sometimes they won't even show the property. At other times, they're not going to bother. But at the end of the day, it still sells for 99% of the asking price. So the price gets reduced to within 1%. So that's what they're selling for. Number of sales year to date doesn't matter. It's 27.9. New listings were up 48%. Average price was $1,040,000. It's actually up 1.5 from last year, but it's down a little bit from December. So that was going on there. This poor guy here. Remember, I've said this before. If your property's overpriced, it's overpriced. And it doesn't matter if you put it in the Toronto Star and the front page every day and spend all kinds of money advertising the property. If it's overpriced, still not going to sell. So this poor guy here on 36 Charlotte, I've been following this guy just for a little bit because he was fun. He had an actual Toronto Star article, and he talked about his whole situation. He bought this place, and he's tried to sell it. He tried to sell it for various numbers. He says after 3 months, he dropped the price. He hired a mere posting, by the way. Although he's still paying cooperating commission, he still hired a mere posting company for this listing. He's still trying to sell it. This was back in July.
Wow.
Still hasn't sold. I checked it on January the 31st to see what's going on, and the property is still for sale. And now the guy's getting smart. He had it listed around the $659 when he started, and then he got smart and dropped it down to $569. But that wasn't smart enough, so now he's increased it to $599.
It's a 1 bedroom, I guess.
It still hasn't sold. It's a little boutique place on Charlotte.
It's a good building.
It's a 1 bedroom, five room. Yep. Do you have your stuff too?
I don't.
Oh, you didn't print it out? All right. So I'm not sure what to give you. So I'll give you this to you.
Moral support.
I'm here for moral support.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you...
I'm here for comedy relief.
I'm going to give you... Okay, so I'm going to give you some stuff to do. Or you can do those two.
These two?
Okay, but before you do that, there's a condominium. You guys may drive past it every day, or most days. down here at Kennedy Road and Catre? It's called Five Peaks. It's called Five Peaks is the name of the development. It's probably about 3, 4, or 5 years away from being developed. In fact, I just saw the sign come up on the lot last year. Kennedy Road and Catre. You know where the across the street from the Ford dealership, and there's a little
Right before the bridge?
I think Zanatti and Kay are in the building. It's about a four-story office building.
Yeah, that's a railway is a property there.
Used to be Scarborough Arena. Used to be down the end of that road there, going way back to
became a fit for
going way back to the old folks.
It's on
Eh?
the east side of Kennedy.
It's on the east side.
South of Ship.
Anyways, it's going to be about 5 towers. I assume 5 peaks. So it's probably going to be five different units there. But anyway, so here it is. It's there.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking up here, Kennedy.
Kenny and Shepherd here. Kenny Codra. Down there.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, so I look at it there. I was kind of curious to see what's going on with that thing there. And I Googled it. And the guys that are pretending, just so you know how pre-construction guys go, this thing just got announced like 2 weeks ago. And I just printed out the first page on Google, 5 peaks. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 people on the first page that are pretending to be the builder and they're trying to sell these things. They don't even have prices yet. All they're doing here is they're gathering data, they're gathering information, they're gathering people that are thinking about buying, they're getting email addresses, and that's what all their web pages say. Sign up here for pre-construction, sign up here for more information, sign up here, that's all they're doing. So if you're looking for ways to get into the pre-con business, even though today it may not be as healthy as you want it to be, it's going to be healthy eventually. This is what your competition's doing. Some people say never again, so who knows? So pre-con.
Which one? The Pickering?
There.
This is a new Seton one? All right, so townhomes in Pickering, Townhill Homes, 6-month move-ins, 5% deposit, 2-story townhouses, starting at 1,900 square feet, up to 1,900 square feet.
Starting at.
No price. But we have the floor plans. Deposit structure, $20,000 with offer, 2% of balance in 30 days, 1% 60 days, 1% 90 days. That's not bad though. 5% I guess total purchase. It's not bad. Where is this Clare? Pickering, New Seton, Tower Hill Homes.
So is anybody interested in condos still?
Nope.
Is anybody interested in pre-construction?
Nope.
No? Nobody's doing pre-construction? No? Everybody's shaking their heads?
I feel like it's a good way to get people though. So like even, I think last week the city of Toronto approved 6 other developments. 450 Dufferin Street. You can just pretend like you're the builder for 450 Dufferin Street and try to sell some
How
pre-construction.
many of them can happen?
Might as well start.
Yeah.
How many have been canceled? Those will probably be coming back.
These all got approved last week from the council.
I know, but how many of them are going to start on Friday?
I think the goal is just to get contacts in your database.
I passed by that commercial stuff clear on Church and Bailey. Oh my God.
Church and Bailey commercial stuff.
You know, you were talking to me about the big commercial buildings that they built around.
Oh, the giant warehouses. The
God,
warehouses.
there's 4 massive.
Yeah.
And when did these go up?
Yeah. There used to be a golf course.
Regularly, eh?
Used to be a golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
Aren't they putting like a, what's it called? A driving range around there too?
That's on the other side though.
Oh.
This is on the east side. There's these huge factories, right?
I mean, you could put a 9-hole in one of the buildings. Of course.
How is the low-rise new construction working for the builders? Like, are they still operating in the market right now? Because last week I got an email from Fulton Homes. They are introducing a new site, but it's broker protected. So they still have the confidence that they will be able to sell it without agents. They don't want to pay any commission to any.
No commission?
Let's say broker protected. That means they're paying commission.
Yeah.
Broker protected means they're paying commission.
Paying commission? Okay.
Means that the client can't go direct. They're going to go through. They'll go through your protected. They'll pay you.
Oh, okay.
Go back, tell your client it's a good buy now.
If it says an open listing means you're on your own. So.
It's given dictionary and
Good. Okay, so Metrolinx is expanding. Hopefully Metrolinx will be able to finish all their stuff soon. Looking over here to, you have any idea there, Bruce? You've been paying attention? When are these things supposed to be finished? Any idea?
The other day you said Eglinton should be finished this year.
Eglinton should be finished this year?
There's 10 more months left of this year.
So this was Metrolinx. This is the one for Ontario Line. Ontario Line they're working on as well. So the Ontario Line, the Eglinton Line, the line going up to the airport? And Ontario Line, so that's it. So this one here, this is an article about somebody's complaining that they paid $1,400 a month for rent, and Metrolink at Cosborn kicked him out, and they had to, they kick him out and find something else. They had to pay him cash for keys. He's paying $1,400 a month. Any idea? Anybody want to guess how much cash for keys that Metrolink had to pay this fellow to leave?
For this one particular guy?
For this one individual fellow, $1,400 a month, Cosborn Station.
15,000?
They're building 620 units where he used to live, right? So he received enough money to pay for the difference between the rent of his old apartment at $1,400 and the new one for 3 years.
How much was the rent on the new one?
I don't know.
Oh.
Plus another $6,000 for the move. They paid the guy $52,000 for cash for keys.
I don't feel like it's enough.
Just so you know, so if you got a seller out there that says I'm going to get my tenant cash for keys and he'll leave, how much cash for keys? $2,800. Yeah, good luck. $52,000, right? Is that because it's government money, or is it? I don't know.
Yeah, government. Yeah, sure, it's government money. Let's pretend it is.
FinTracker. Has anybody played around FinTracker yet?
I downloaded it.
You loaded it? Good. Has anybody else used FinTracker? FinTracker is it's free to you unless you're going to do remote IDs, right? So just go back to those people that don't know what I'm talking about. The government's getting harder and harder on us, the brokerage, to make sure you guys have your paperwork. So we're trying to figure out ways to make it easier for your paperwork. So if you have this FinTracker on your cell phone as an app, and you have a client, all you have to do is take a picture of this driver's license front and back, and it'll preload your FinTrack forms with the driver's license and their address, so on and so forth. All you have to do is go in there and fill out the risk analysis, and the program will actually add that up for you as well, and then you're done. Then you have a document that's, you're not writing it, you're not transposing the driver's license, you're actually taking a picture of the driver's license the way it goes.
But the app has to deal with the ID right then and there on the spot, right?
Yeah. Now there's two parts of the app, and I don't know if you can use it. Like, people will photocopy their driver's license and email it to you. I don't know whether it'll pick up that or not. I think it has to be the original driver's license.
And if they don't have a driver's license, need a passport?
Yeah, passport's fine. The only thing you can't use is OHIP cards.
And it has to be a live ID, correct?
Yeah, it has to be current, right?
you can't use it, or you could use
You cannot use OHIP cards, but you can use anything else. Right? And you can even, if you get stuck, you can even use a Equifax report as being ID.
it? The OHIP cards are now with the photos and
Yeah.
expiry date.
Yeah.
Should be okay.
No, you can never, for some reason, the Ontario government not allowed to use that for commerce. So, anyways. So somebody here, the second part on the FinTracker means that if you don't physically see the person, let's say they're in Windsor or something, you're selling somebody a house in Windsor, how do you ID that guy?
FaceTime.
All right, so you're not supposed to, right? So what you can do there is you can actually send him the app, and he himself will take a picture of his own or her own driver's license, and it'll make sure that it's correct, and it'll make sure that it's, checks the QR codes or checks the barcodes and does some other stuff to make sure it's an accurate thing, so then you get accurate. Somebody here, just by the way, did a remote ID for a rental client, I guess, and it failed. Just so you know. Why did it fail? I don't know.
The client bill?
No, that's a system.
There was fake ID.
It was a fake ID.
It was fake ID. So the computer, the app can actually look at the driver's license, and it can look at the what do you call it, the
Hologram?
Not the codes, but what's it called? Man, what's it called?
Hologram?
The hologram. Look at the hologram and find out whether it's real or not real. It's easy, so you just can't take a fake. That's why I'm saying I don't think you can actually take a photocopy of a check or a ID because it has to look at that hologram too. Anyway, so we were talking about last week about how to vet tenants and things like that. This is another way you could vet a tenant. Make sure that the ID is correct.
Interesting.
Right?
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. You want to talk about the new tread windows? No. Does anybody?
New Proptex?
Is anybody okay with Treb and Proptex and the new dashboard, the new home screen?
It took a second for me to figure out where Realm is, but I figured it out.
All right. You
Hard to
okay?
change it, isn't it?
And there's the two places to find the road, search
Alright.
and the road.
All right. So I'm just assuming that probably most people just go straight to Realm, don't even read that stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Like I
So I can have meetings here and say stuff, and you guys think, gee, where'd you get that? And I just read it off that thing, and I printed it out. All right.
It took me a second to figure out.
Somebody was showing me that Hapistat. James was showing me that Hapistat. Has anybody played around with that? If you're a technical guy, if you're if you like showing stats and numbers and graphs and things like that, then the Hapistat will give you all the data that you want, all the graphs you want, all the things that you want to do. So it's if you want it, it's there. I'm looking at a lot of dead heads here, so
How does that numbers are I'm told, not, like, they're very wrong, correct?
I don't know about that. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's taking the data. It's taking the data from Treb. So.
Yeah, but apparently there's some issue. Obviously.
So somebody last week was asking me about a listing that was out in Madoc. Anybody know where Madoc is?
Yeah.
It's way out there in no man's land, right? So what the agent was doing, they were co-listing with an Ottawa or rent-through agent, which is I guess is closer than Toronto. And then the question is, what do they have to do to get it on the Ottawa board or rent-through board, right? And you know what the answer was, right? Ottawa board is our board.
Yeah.
There's no need to co-list with a guy from Ottawa because the same database in Ottawa is the same database we have here.
And they are freaking out.
So the only reason why you'd want to co-list with somebody out there if you want them to show the property,
Service it.
right? Service the property. But you have access to all these different things. And I think towards the end of the year, they're going to try to get everybody. But right now, you've got Toronto, of course. You've got the Durham board, yes. You've got Quinte, Northumberland, Peterborough, Kawartha Lakes, London, St. Thomas, Niagara, which is a relatively new one, Kingston, the new one, Timmins, Ottawa, Cornwall, Renfrew, Rideau, St. Lawrence, Oakville, Milton, Guelph, Woodstock, North Bay. Who's missing?
Fulton, Peel.
Mississauga and Brampton. No, Burlington.
Burlington's
Fulton?
Kitchener, Waterloo. Is included?
Kitchener-Waterloo is not here. So Kitchener-Waterloo and Hamilton's not here.
He's asking about Simcoe.
Simcoe is part of Barrie board, so it's part of our board now.
So now all the listings that they list those agents from out in that market, they automatically are on our
Yes.
board?
Yes.
Okay, so they have a choice if they want to put it or don't.
No choice. This is they're.
To list at the same time,
Yeah.
it will.
When you list a property here in Toronto, the guy in Ottawa can see it.
Wasn't that they couldn't listen it with us, with the property, they couldn't have listened in their boards.
Yeah, before you could do what they call interboarding, but there's no interboarding for these boards here. You don't have to worry about that. So
And nothing to click off or anything. It's just straight on
just
there.
standard. And on the realm, they have that new search there for your layout there, for your thing, but I'm not sure how that works.
I really like you're saying the unavailable or
You talk
available.
about it.
Yeah, so there's another column that you can set now. It's realm fee hold available or unavailable. But I really like it because I always search everything by contract date, but that contract date is now in there. I like that those are better. They're better.
It's very new, you cannot edit the column. Remove the-
You can create your own columns if you want. So that's what I was doing before, and then
Why they do it, it didn't work.
it didn't work. I can show you. I like to create my own columns too. But with the unavailable and available now, they have pretty much everything on there.
Oh, I got political stuff. I don't want to do political stuff anymore. Well, how about this one here? This is kind of just off topic. Here's nothing really to do with real estate. Back to Trump. Like Trump said that Canada has a problem with immigrations. We got to stop the border from immigration. You know who the number 1, 2, 3 immigrants to US are? USA. So number 1 would be Mexico. All right, immigrants to U.S., illegal immigrants to U.S. Number 2 would be El Salvador and like South America. You know what number 3 is? India. 14,000 people were arrested at the border trying to go from Canada to U.S. Indian nationals. So Trump never said those words, right? But when he talks about Canada having a leaky border, all those students coming to Toronto, guess where they're going? Down there. So this is where he's mad at. Right?
There was a shortfall.
I never even thought Indians would be like a third, the third highest. It's amazing.
There was a shortfall of 20,000 students enrolling in Canadian.
That's right. Students, by the way, 20,000 students signed up in Toronto to go to course and never showed up. They went down to the States. I don't know where they went.
And they're up in arms.
I don't know where they went. Good. What do you got?
I'm just here for you, Claire.
Really? You had all that big thing there, man. You had about 10
articles?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to talk about other stuff at the end. Like,
all right, you can talk about that stuff.
No? We're done?
You're done.
We're done? That's it?
It's your turn.
All right, so there will be no meeting next week. There'll be family day next week. Oh, sorry. There's no meeting next week. It's family day next week. Also, if anyone is interested in doing social media day content, we had a guy come in last week. His name was Chris. He's doing a session on February 20th. If anyone is interested, reach out to Katie. Awards is February.
Let's go back a little bit there. So we did. Who was here for that social media thing last Wednesday? We had Chris do a little session there. It was. I think there was a bunch of people here. Right?
Yeah. Online too.
It was online, right? So I know a lot of you guys are not high tech, and you shouldn't be. You should be out selling real estate there. But if you think that you want to get involved with social media, maybe you need to hire somebody. Maybe not Chris, but certainly somebody like Chris who will set you up with the camera and get you going. I think for $500, he said he's going to do
So you'll do like an hour session. I'm suggesting to like bring different outfits so that you can do like maybe 5 or 6 reels, and you'll have different content that you can put out.
Yeah, sure.
You can use this room.
So if it's something that you're interested in doing, just have a look and see what they do. Anyways, I mean, it's.
I feel like it's been working for the sisters. Like we've been having these reels now. I feel like it's improved a lot.
Yeah.
Is that like comparable to what people are doing right now on social media? They're doing their own videos, or are these all paid for?
We're paying for it, but
No, we're paying the individual to prepare the content, but we're not boosting it, as far as I know.
yeah, we're not boosting it. Well, there'll be an extra, like if you want to boost your ads and stuff, there'll be extra. But it seems like even with $200, you can boost it and it'll do well.
I think I would rather put the energy into pricing it right and get it sold quickly.
Well, this is for you to get. Like you're trying to get other people to sign up with you, really. Like you're trying to get more clients out of it, not the property itself. Yeah. So awards February 26th. Make sure to RSVP to Ginny. Just a reminder, HST break is ending next week, or this week actually. So stock up on beer, wine, and puzzles. Okay.
So what's that again? The HST.
15th. Yeah.
Apparently, they were saying that it was quite successful. That people were actually spending money in the restaurants.
They released that
15th.
today, and the only people that liked it, really liked it, were the restaurateurs. They said it was good. The retail said it was just such a pain to implement and figure out
Put it
how to
out.
stock and what. But the restaurateurs really thought it was great.
Well, it's an accounting nightmare for them.
What's that?
Anything else there, my friend? Okay.
We gonna talk about bully offers or anything?
Yep. Got any tales in the street then, Nelson? Just that one?
People are still confused when you move up an offer date. You have an offer date on your listing, and then you take an offer a couple of days before. You have to, number one, make the change on the MLS to reflect that. And number two, send a notification out to everyone that has seen the property or has showing booked on the property, even if it's a couple of days away, right? So those are still the steps, right? They get confused because they see it on the MLS that they can accept without notification. And that is not correct. So
Yeah. So Nelson, you just for people at home, people here as well. So some agents still get confused, and the answer I get back was, well, the other agent did it. So that's how I read it, right? But I see stuff in there saying that the seller can accept preemptive offers anytime. Well, that's fine, they can, but that doesn't mean they can.
They must notify everybody.
You must take that off. You got to take those marks off MLS if they're going to accept preemptive offers, and you've got an offer date for next week. You got to change that offer date next week. Take it off and take off the offer date. You got to do that, and you must, and that's the word must. You must get a hold of everybody that's shown the property, everybody showing any interest that the offer date has changed. That you'd be looking at offers today, rather than next week when you head on
Is
there.
there a window frame on time on how much time you need to?
Okay, so then the question here is, how much time do we have to give them? And we've seen places where, the guy will accept a preemptive offer. It's like 12 o'clock. The preemptive offers are going to be presented at 2 o'clock. I've seen that too, right?
Yeah. They want you to make a quick decision.
So think about it for a moment here. What's the purpose of us? What's our purpose? Our purpose is to get the most money for the seller, correct? So why would we put a 1 hour window in there? Why wouldn't we give somebody like plenty of time to get together and get their offers together? Why wouldn't somebody do that? Generate more offers?
Unless it's a really good offer. And
Even if it's a good offer, I can't see any reason why you wouldn't expose it to everybody.
It feels like there's more offers back, but would you change an offer date? Like, if you already
Okay,
have
so Sanak's question is, if you had an offer date, let's say this week for Friday, and somebody wants to put an offer in today, what would you do? I know what I would do.
Well, I will take it, because what is it?
Take it. No, I wouldn't take it.
I think I'd wait.
I would certainly.
I feel like I'd wait.
Again, if you're convinced that it's a really good deal, if a unit's worth 400, Buddy's bringing you 410. What's the difference of waiting till Friday? You may not see that 410 again.
Exposure.
Now, unless you think that you can get over 400. And in today's market, it's difficult. If you've done your homework and you know the price, you're convinced this is what it's worth, and Buddy's coming in and giving you a little bit over that to make a decision today, I don't know. I mean, that's a call that you need to make. I would probably seriously consider it.
Okay, so we've had situations in the past, and just why you have to talk to Nelson or myself or whoever out there, you got to make sure you're doing there. We've had in the past where somebody has put an offer date for Friday, somebody has registered an offer for Monday, then they've done what we said to do, almost. And they've gone to the listing, they've taken off the offer date, they've put back preemptive offers, and then they've done all that exercise, and then the $400,000 property, they look at the offer is $310,000. You follow me? So what you need to do is look at the offer, not take the offer. Look at the offer and see whether or not it's worth all that hassle to be changing everything.
It's very hard to convince somebody that was at a table with a good offer to come back with another good offer. I mean, at that point, you're putting your tail between your leg and telling Buddy, come on, man, bring me back an offer. He's not going to bring you the same offer.
Well, first you receive the offer, then to notify everybody else. You don't notify the people before you receive the offer.
Well, you have to have a physical offer there, I think.
Yes. Otherwise,
To
why
know
would
that you have an
you do
offer.
that?
Is that 133? Yeah. Okay, well, I wasn't going to say this, but I will anyway. So we're running.
Just a second on that multiple offer thing.
Yep.
And I think sellers are getting a little bit nervous as well. They're getting wobbly knees because on more than one occasion, they are now changing the whole strategy on preemptive offers with conditions, which really.
This is the sellers, you're saying?
No, the buyer.
We've had a couple of situations. Our listing, sellers was an offer date. They changed the offer date because of an offer they received with conditions, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You're changing your whole strategy 4 or 5 days before, and you got an offer that's conditional on financing and home inspection on the bully offer. But I think sellers are getting a little but
That's odd, no?
very.
But I think that seller was also on the market for a while. So I think
Might have been.
I think it depends on the situation. I think it's hard. I'm trying to stay the course.
So what would you do? So we're showing our property to a tenant. Our property's vacant. And then while you're showing the property, somebody storms into the house and goes into the basement,
Garage.
goes into the garage.
Huh?
While you're showing the property, somebody opens the door, storms in the house, goes in the garage and gets some stuff. Turns out it was the ex-tenant. So you're the agent. You're showing your clients, and all of a sudden somebody barges into the house. What would you do?
I would call the agent, maybe? I don't
Pull
know.
out the bat. I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Lock the doors too late. phone the police.
Did this actually happen?
To carry a gun.
Of course, yeah, because if you have
Right.
to save your ass too.
Phone the police. Right?
Forgot to mention that it was a tenant that was evicted.
The tenant was evicted.
It was
too.
it was a tenant that evicted that came back, that stormed back into the house. So.
Yeah.
But all his stuff was still in there? Or her stuff?
It was empty. I don't know. I guess they left stuff. Maybe they left stuff in the garage. I don't know.
Maybe the landlord moved it to the garage.
The kid, more than likely, the guy probably got evicted. Probably moved across the street or something, and saw somebody open the door and said, "Well, I'll get my stuff."
Did the person call the cops?
I don't know.
Did he have a key?
No, he just barged in. Do you lock the door when you show properties? You lock the door behind you?
Yeah.
No,
You do? Other people do. You guys really? Okay.
I'm better about actually closing the lockbox and scrambling the number.
So when you guys, okay, that's interesting. I never thought about that. So when you guys show properties, do you lock the door behind you when you're showing the property, or leave the door open?
No, I locked the door because one time I
Locked the door?
property and just the owner came and locked the door and he said, I'm an owner. I said, excuse me, I don't know you. If you are the owner, you have to know the lockbox, you have to have the key. And he said, no, I'm the owner. I said, excuse me, I don't know you. If you are the owner or not, I cannot let you in.
Good for you.
You can wait outside until I'm coming out and then you can come in. Call your agent.
Yeah, good for
I
you.
don't care who you
You
are.
didn't go on Geo Warehouse to because that's what we should really be doing. That's what the government wants us to do.
There's no
Check
photo
their
ID on
and
Geo.
passport and where they were born and how long they've been here and how much they make. Have an application, let them fill it out and say, we'll consider it and let you in, a little later.
Or
He's
you
also
will be
being
deported.
represented by
Oh,
someone
yeah,
else.
or the plane's waiting for you at the
You will be
airport.
deported.
He's an owner.
I heard this morning, go back to politics, I heard the Liberals are now turned to Conservatives.
Oh, yeah.
Do you hear about that?
Oh, she's
The Liberals have turned into
Comedy?
Conservatives. Whatever the platform the Conservatives are going to run on, the Liberals are going to run on it too. No carbon tax. All right?
We're gonna buy back the 407.
Buy back the 407.
We're gonna build that tunnel that costs $850 billion.
I'm talking about federal right now.
800 years?
We're gonna make the 407 free as a.
They're both going to cancel. The Liberals are going to cancel the capital gains tax. So we're going to change it to 2/3. They're going to change that.
About lifting the foreign buyers.
They should.
That's what we were.
If they lift foreign buyers, and with Canadian dollar so weak, imagine the flux. All right, we'll just can you imagine all the Americans come in here and buy Canada.
Not just Americans.
Trump's just going to come buy Canada.
Actually, Canadian dollar leveled off again, right?
Hear the challenge on live TV or radio with Cosby against Doug Ford there? She's challenged them to push-ups in the gym.
Oh,
What?
really?
She's challenged
So
them
why
to
is that?
push-ups in the gym. That's the challenge she's put out there for him.
I don't know.
Wow.
Okay.
Do you remember when him and his brother went on this big diet challenge? See how much weight they would lose in 30 or 60 days.
Okay, folks. So we're gonna wrap it up early.
Unless you want to talk about the Canadian dollar.
Yeah, talk about that. Nobody else can.
I was hoping you would talk about it. It was my hey dad moment.
Oh, really? Okay. That's why I didn't read any of your stuff. So.
Just to ask about the Canadian dollar and what you were talking about it last week.
All right. So what do you think? Okay, Canadian dollar. What do you guys? Is Canadian dollar as good? If it's good that it's low, or good that it's high?
I want to go on vacation, I need it to go higher.
Yeah. Do you guys think that the buy Canadian stuff is going to work? I think it will.
I've been trying actually.
All right.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people will actually go to the States or just do their own thing here. Anyways, guys, so no mini next week, family day, and it's not the end of the world. The market's going to be fine. So there's only 28 days this February. We had 29 days last year. So. Okay, boys.
All right. Thank you.